This is Retro Sports Radio. Visit RetroSeasons.com for more sports history.
The New York Yankees faced the Cleveland Indians at Cleveland Stadium for a Friday night game on June 24th, 1960. The Yankees were managed by Casey Stengel and were battling the Orioles for first place in the American League. The Yankees were looking to rebound from their disappointing 1959 season, which was only the second time in 11 years that they failed to reach the World Series. Cleveland was having an impressive season as well, entering this game in third place under manager Joe Gordon. The Tribe had finished in second place in 1959 and were looking to make it back to the World Series for the first time since their 1954 championship. This audio recording is from the New York radio broadcast featuring announcers Mel Allen and Ken Coleman.
Tony Kubek will be leading off for New York. Tony batting .268. 12 doubles, 3 triples, 5 homers, and 26 runs batted in. Tony has been in a little bit of a slump of late. He has had 10 hits in his last 44 times at bat. Coaching at third, Frank Frasetti. Over at first is Ralph House. Cleveland's Municipal Stadium right off the shores of Lake Erie. The sky doesn't look too good. The wind is blowing out towards right field. Lights are on here at the stadium. Here's the first pitch of the ball game, and it's over for a called strike. Perry is a big boy, 6 feet 4 inches tall, 185 pounds. A North Carolina boy living in Jamesville, North Carolina. Here's the windup, the kick. Fastball right down the middle, strike 2, 0-2. Joe Gordon and his Indians realize that this is a must series for them. Should the Yankees sweep the series, they'll be in rough shape. The 2-strike pitch, low inside ball 1. On deck is Hector Lopez. Here's the pitch. It's hit on the ground. At second baseman Temple to his left. Up with it. Goes to Vic Power in time for the out. And boy, it's a pleasure watching that Vic Power around first base. He really dances. One away here is Hector Lopez. Hector, batting .304, has 2 doubles, 3 triples, 3 homers, and 11 runs batted in. Hector has 11 hits in his last 43 times at bat. Right-hand hitter in a severe crouch. Perry's pitch is over, strike 1 call. On deck is Mickey Mantle. Cleveland has Francona in left, Piersall in center, and Keene in right. Phillips, Hales, Temple, and Power on the infield. Romano catching, and Jim Perry out on the mound. The 1-strike pitch is a curve low outside, ball 1, 1-1. Last year, Perry 112 and lost 10. The 1-1 pitch is a fastball just below the knees, ball 2, 2-1. Here's the 2-1 delivery. It's a check swing and a slow outside, ball 3. 3-1. Lopez started to go after the breaking pitch. On this Western trip, the Yankees have won 8, lost 2, and tied 1. And the Yankees have won 6 of their last 7 and 13 out of their last 15. The Yankees in Cleveland are 3-3 on the season. The 3-1 pitch. Low, ball 4, and there's the first base runner of the ball game. Hector Lopez draws a base on balls, and that'll bring up Mickey Mantle. Mickey batting .286. That average is rising slowly but surely. 7 doubles, 4 triples, 16 homers, 34 runs batted in. On deck, Roger Maris. Hector Lopez leads off first. The stretch and the pitch to Mantle. A swing and a miss, strike one. Mickey went after that high, fast one, didn't get it. Boy, if you get a ball up in the air, it's really going to travel. Fortunately, the wind is not blowing down here, but above the stadium it's blowing. Fastball in there, strike two called. Nothing in two on Mickey. Good power holding first base against Lopez. Now the stretch. Two-strike pitch, high, ball one. One ball, two strikes. Perry's trying to keep that ball up on Mickey. Early in the year, Mantle had trouble hitting the high fastball because of the bad knee. And though it's still giving him trouble, he's been laying off that pitch. One ball, two strikes, one out. No score on the top of the first inning. Here's a look over at Lopez leading off first. The pitch is hit high in the air. A foul ball. Vic Power moving over. The wind is taking it. Power moving back, and he can't get it. It goes back into the stands, and you should have seen the wind get a hold of that ball. Once the baseball gets above the roof of Municipal Stadium, it takes off like a ping pong ball being blown around by the wind. It is blowing hard. Trying to make fly balls a little rough, the high flies anyway. One ball, two strikes on Mickey. Perry checks the sign from Romano. Sets on the mound. His pitch is hit high in the air. There's a high pop fly. Let's see how the wind takes this one. Jimmy Piersall is coming in from center field, and he has to dive back to make the catch. And we told you about that wind. Held and Temple started after it. They gave up. Piersall came in from center, suddenly had to veer sharply to his left and lunged back about 6 feet to make the catch. Boy, you got to stay with those high flies. Here's Roger Maris. Maris batting .335, 15 doubles, 3 triples, 20 home runs, and 52 runs batted in. When Roger was traded to New York, he made the prediction that he'd hit at least 20 home runs, and he's got them already. 2 out, no score. Here's the stretch. The pitch to Maris. Outside corner, strike one call. Again by Perry. Fastball is high outside. 1-1. The Indians were kind of hoping for 50,000 fans or more tonight, but unless it's a real slow crowd getting here, they're not going to get near that total. It's a good-sized crowd, but the pitch is popped in the air to left field. Francona moving over, under it now, and makes the catch for the third out. For the Yankees in the top of the first inning, no runs, no hits, no Indian errors, 1 man left. The score at the end of 1/2 inning of play. The Yankees nothing, and the Indians coming to bat.
You know, sometimes the way your car performs can be downright embarrassing, especially if it's been stalling frequently or idling rough or possibly doesn't have the get-up-and-go you're accustomed to. Well, your trouble could be a dirty carburetor, a condition that can affect any car, old or new. Here's how. Exhaust fumes and minute particles of dirt can get by your air cleaner and build up deposits inside along the lower carburetor wall. Even a small amount of these deposits can cause the throttle plate to feed the wrong mixture of air and gasoline to your engine, and you thus get rough performance and actual gasoline waste. But a dirty carburetor is one embarrassment you can forget about if you use new Atlantic Imperial gasoline. You see, Atlantic Imperial actually goes to work cleaning out the deposits in your carburetor as you drive. What's more, it keeps your carburetor clean and puts more pleasure back into driving. So to end stalling, rough idling, and gasoline waste due to a dirty carburetor, use Atlantic Imperial. The gasoline that cleans your carburetor and keeps it clean.
They've thrown Piersall out of the game or not. Here comes Joe Gordon in red crest. Piersall was standing to the side of home plate swinging the bats, and Jim Coates let loose with a pitch that got away from the catcher, and then suddenly threw both bats out towards third base. Ed Hurley now and Hank Storr are talking with Joe Gordon and Jimmy Piersall. Hurley got the situation very well under control. Piersall really got excited. As everybody knows, Jimmy is an excitable ball player and an exciting player to watch, and he plays the game to the hilt. He gets excited maybe a little quicker than other ball players. Joe Gordon with his hand on Piersall's shoulder, listening to Ed Hurley. I don't know whether Piersall is out of the game or not. But Jimmy is looking towards the dugout. He's getting his bat. And it looks like he's still in the game. He's going to the rosin bag. Boy, we got action right here at the beginning of the ball game. And Piersall isn't even been to bat. There are some pitchers that don't like the next hitter to be standing near home plate watching them warm up, though there's no rule against it. And I'm sure Coach didn't throw it Piersall, but the pitch went by Howard, rolled back to the wall, and kicked back towards home plate. And Piersall got a little excited and just threw both his bats to the left of the pitcher's mound. They rolled all the way to third base. Cletus Boyer was the most surprised ball player in the park when he saw the bats come sailing right at his feet. Piersall isn't even the leadoff man. Johnny Temple, who is the leadoff man, is in the batter's box now. Well, we might have a little excitement here at Municipal Stadium before this ball game's over. Temple's batting .264 with 6 doubles, 1 homer, and 9 runs batted in. Jim Coates, first pitch to Temple, is a strike on the outside corner. Coates has won 8 and lost none, and his one defeat in his big league career came at the hands of the Indians. He is 1-1 lifetime record against Cleveland, 14-1 lifetime record in the big league. The curve is a strike on the outside corner, and Johnny Temple turns around and starts shaking his head, and he is moaning that the pitch was low, and he's arguing with Bob Stewart. We're having fireworks before the ball game is over here. And they're going to have another one of those firework displays after the game, and here comes JoJo White down from third base to try and calm Johnny Temple. Hot dog, we got a dandy going tonight. Both clubs realizing that this is a crucial series. Casey Stengel standing on the steps of the Yankee dugout. All right, 0-2 the count on Temple. Here's the windup. Fastball line, a base hit to right center field. Moving over Maris, Temple around first and holds on. Well, here comes Jimmy Piersall. I tell you, this Piersall can get a crowd up in arms. He stands close to the plate. Temple got mad at a strike called by the umpire and promptly got a base hit, and Piersall's mad already. Jimmy's hitting .303. Here's the stretch. The pitch. Curve high inside, ball 1. Look at Piersall stare at Big Jim Coates. No score. We're in the bottom of the first inning. Jim Coates has won 12 straight games over a 2-year span. 4-59 and 8 this season. Ken Hadley holding first base against Johnny Temple. The stretch by Coates. Pitch to Piersall is hit in the air to short right center field. Maris coming in and makes the catch. And it's one away. Piersall didn't hit that ball hard, but the wind took it out. That'll bring up Harvey Keene, who has brought his average over the 300 mark. He's at 308. 9 doubles, 3 homers, 25 runs batted in. Harvey had 3 for 3 in yesterday's ball game against the Senators. And he is the leading Indian hitter as of the moment. Now, in fact, Keene came out with a statement in the paper today saying he's after the league batting title again. So he's serious. All right, one away, no score. Temple leads off first. The stretch. The pitch to Kroon is hit on the ground to Boyer. Up with it. Over to Richardson for one. Back to first. Double play. As Jim Coates came in with a changeup curveball and had Harvey Keene off balance. Around the horn from third to second to first. The Yankees come up with their 64th double play of the year. And for Cleveland in the bottom of the first, no runs, 1 hit. No Yankee errors, nobody left. The score at the end of 1 full inning, the Yankees nothing and the Indians nothing. Yankees play here again tomorrow afternoon and a big doubleheader on Sunday. And then they meet the Brooklyn, Los Angeles Dodgers. I can't keep from saying Brooklyn. The Los Angeles Dodgers Monday night in the charity benefit Sandlot game at Yankee Stadium. Coming up to bat for the Yankees here in the top of the second is Kent Hadley. Hadley's batting .269, has 3 homers and 7 runs batted in. Got 2 of those homers in 1 game over at Detroit, filling in for the injured Bill Skowron. The Moose was just starting to pound that ball again when he sprained his wrist, batting .304. First pitch to Hadley is low inside, ball 1. On deck, Elston Howard. Lined up by Perry, and the pitch is on the inside corner. Strike 1, 1-1. Here's the windup by the big right-hander. His pitch is fouled down the snow. It's fair ball. Power up with it. Throws to Perry, covering in time for the out. And as Hadley swung, he was back on his heels and didn't start right away. It appeared to be a foul ball, but Vic Power had to back up at first base to make the play, and he really fired to Perry covering for the out. 1 away, here's Elston Howard. Howard batting .258. 7 doubles, 3 triples, 5 homers, and 26 runs batted in. Jim Perry swings into the windup. His first pitch to Howard is a curve low outside, ball 1. We have the commissioner's right-hand man as a guest tonight, Frank Slocum. What brings you to Cleveland, Frank?
The All-Star vote.
Oh, the All-Star vote, The 1-0 pitch is a little bit outside, ball 2, 2-0. On deck, Cletus Boyle. Outfield deep, straight away on Howard. Here's the 2-0 pitch. It's a strike on the outside corner. Howard had started to swing and checked his swing, but the pitch must have nicked the corner. Bob Stewart held up that big right hand. 2-1 on Ellie. Wind blowing out hard towards right field. Fastball low outside, ball 3. 3-1. One out, nobody on here in the top of the second. The 3-1 pitch is hit on the ground towards second base. Johnny Temple coming in fast, up with it. Flips to Power for the out. Howard is retired. And that Vic Power can really move around at first base. Here's Cletus Boyle. batting .250, 6 doubles, 2 homers, 11 runs batted in. 2 out here in the top of the second inning. A big series for both teams, the Indians and the Yankees. Cleveland just 2 games behind New York. Perry swings into the windup. The pitch to Boyer is on the inside corner. Strike 1 call. Boyer looks back at Bob Stewart. Here's the 1-strike delivery. Sidearm curve over the outside corner. Strike 2. Boyer had started to swing at that, checked his swing, but the ball had fought to the plate. On deck, Bobby Richardson. Ready now for the 2-strike delivery. He started to swing, went almost all the way around and held up. The pitch was high and inside. Ball 1. Romano, the catcher, thought he had gone far enough around to have it called a strike. The 1-ball, 2-strike pitch. Fouled back against the screen. Out holds at 1 ball, 2 strikes. Perry into the windup. Curveball is high, ball 2. Perry, and Romano has started to walk off the field. Gotta wait till you hear the last word from the umpire before you move. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, nobody on. Top of the second, no score. The pitch is strike 3 call. That one had the outside corner. Perry's first strikeout, and for the Yankees, they get down 1-2-3 in the top of the second, nothing across. The score at the end of an inning and a half, the Yankees nothing and the Indians nothing.
You know, at a traffic light, you can often tell if your car isn't performing up to par. Maybe it stalls frequently or idles rough or possibly doesn't have any pickup when the light changes. Well, now this could mean a dirty carburetor, something that can happen to any car, old or new. You see, exhaust fumes and other air contaminants get by your air cleaner and build up as deposits inside the carburetor of your car. And these troublesome deposits can cause an improper mixture of air and gasoline. The result is rough performance and actual gasoline waste. But thanks to new Atlantic Imperial gasoline, you now can keep your carburetor clean without even raising the hood. Atlantic Imperial cleans your carburetor as you drive, doing a complete job in just a few thousand miles. So, to end stalling, rough idling, and gasoline waste due to a dirty carburetor, use Atlantic Imperial. It's the gasoline that cleans your carburetor and keeps it clean.
Hitting in the cleanup spot for Cleveland here in the bottom of the second is Tito Francona. Francona has dipped below 300, batting .291. The left-hand hitter has 10 doubles, 2 triples, 2 homers, and 29 runs batted in. No score in the bottom of the second inning. Jim Coates into the windup. His pitch to Francona is high, ball 1. Joe White coaching at third, and Red Crest over at first for the Indians. The 1-0 pitch is outside, ball 2, 2-0. Francona, 6 feet tall, 185 pounds. And somebody is getting on plate umpire Bob Stewart from the bench. Cleveland bench, that is, and time is called while he looks in and tells him to behave or be put out. Two balls, no strikes on Francona. The windup, the pitch is high, ball 3, 3-0. deck is Vic Power. The 3-0 pitch. Strike called. Fastball about belt high. 3-1. With that big, slow, easy windup. Kicks. Fastball is strike 2 call. Full count on Tito Francona. Leading off here in the bottom of the second of this scoreless ball game. Francona digging in at the plate. Coach into the windup. Ready now for the payoff pitch. Here it is, and it's low for ball 4. He tried to curve him on a 3-2 pitch and missed low inside. The first walk given up by Coach. And here's Vic Power. Power has been in a slump. Yesterday, the first time up, he got his first hit in 26 times at bat. He has dropped to 291. 10 doubles, 2 triples, 2 homers, and 29 runs batted in. Run man. Francona leads off first. The stretch by Coach. Pitch to Power. He swung and missed strike 1. Throw to first base and Francona is back. Here's the stretch. The pitch to Power. Curveball hit high in the air to short left field. Kubek back. Lopez didn't see it right away. Kubek moving back and makes the catch. Hector Lopez lost that ball in left field. Remember, it's still quite light here at Cleveland's Municipal Stadium, though the lights are on. And this is the time of the night when high fly balls are a little tough to see off the bat. But Kubek stayed with it and made the catch backing up. One away, here's Johnny Romano. Batting .274, 2 doubles, a triple, 6 homers, and 23 runs batted in. Francona still at first. Here's the stretch. Pitch to Romano. Curveball over. Strike 1 called. 0-0 here in the bottom of the second with 1 out. Here's the stretch by Coates. Check of the runner at first. Fastball is foul. Back on the screen. 0-2. And 2 the count. Hadley holding first against Francona. The pitch, high inside, ball 1. On deck is Woody Held. Stretch by Coates. Pitch is fouled, out of play, and it almost got Lou Efrat. Right between Lou Efrat and Jim Ogle, 2 of the newspaper men that travel with the Yankees. They didn't try to get it; they just tried to get out of the way. ball, 2 strikes, and 1 out. Again, Coates set. Pitch, curveball, swung and missed, strike 3. Big overhand curveball by Jim. Records his first strikeout of the ball game, and here's Woody Held. Woody, batting just .242, leads the Indians in RBIs. He has 37. Also has 7 doubles, 1 triple, and 12 home runs. Jimmy Piersall with 35 RBIs, second on the team. Francona, who opened the inning with a walk, is still at first base with 2 away. No score, bottom of the second. Coates' pitch is high inside, ball 1. Bubba Phillips on deck. Here's the stretch. Slow curve is lined. Off Boyer's glove in the left field. That's a base hit. Francona trying for third. Lopez's throw is in there, but not in time. As Tito Francona, with heads-up base running, went from first to third on a single to short left field as Woody Held wrapped a hot line drive down to third. Boyer got his glove on it, slowed it down, but couldn't hold on to it. It goes as a base hit. The second hit off Coates, and the Indians have runners at first and third with 2 out in the bat of Bubba Phillips. Phillips batting .218, 6 doubles, 2 homers, 12 runs batted in. No score here in the bottom of the second. Peters Boyer had to kind of dive to his left to get a glove on that ball. All right, here's the stretch. Pitch to Phillips, fouled back on the screen, strike 1. Bubba went after a high curve ball. Time is called by Elston Howard as he goes out to the mound. Francona never stopped running as he rounded second, and throw by Lopez, which was a good throw, just missed getting the slide in Tito. Kubek gave a good fake as though to cut off the ball, and that held Woody Held at first base. Held was starting to go, and he saw Kubek reach for it and to hustle back to first, and Tony let the ball go by him. 1 strike on Phillips, 2 out. Fastball high inside, ball 1, 1-1. Checks the sign from Howard. Here's the stretch. Slow curve hit on the ground. Boyer backhands it. Nice play. Throws to first in time to get Phillips. Boy, there was a pretty play by Cletus Boyer. And for Cleveland in the bottom of the second, no runs, 1 base hit, no Yankee errors, 2 men left to score at the end of 2 full innings. The Yankees nothing, the Indians nothing, and we pause for station identification.
1460 on the radio dial, WOKO, Albany, New York.
Bobby Richardson stepping into the batter's box. Bobby batting .229, 6 doubles, 1 homer, and 10 runs batted in. Perry's pitch is a sidearm, a line to left field. Francona digging to his right and makes the catch of a hard hit line drive. Richardson got good wood on that sidearm curveball, but Francona got a good jump with the crack of the bat, made a running catch in left field. 1 away. Brings up Jim Coates, who has suddenly blossomed out as a hitting pitcher. 9 for 27, 2 doubles, 3 runs batted in, batting .333. Pitch to Coates is swung at and missed, strike 1. It was an overhand curveball, low and outside. Coates has really taken a good cut at the ball. Sidearm curve hit right back to the pitcher. 1 hop up with the throws to Vic Power for the out. Vic hasn't touched first yet. Jim Coates is standing halfway there. And then Power steps on a bag. Vic Power wanted Jim Coates to run, wanted him to exert himself a little bit. Coates had stopped halfway down the line. Power caught the ball and stood alongside of first base, waiting for Coates to make his move. Coach started towards first, and Vic finally stepped on the bag. Cut the pie a little bit, did old Power. Here's Tony Kubek, who bounced out to second base his first time at bat. Two out, nobody on. The pitch to Kubek is over. Strike one called. The one-strike delivery is hit deep to right field. That ball's way back there, and Harvey Keene watches it go over the fence for a home run. That not only is the first base hit off Jim Perry, but the first run of the ball game as Kubek hit a high fastball up in that wind, and it just carried the ball right on over the right field fence. The Yankees lead 1-0. For Kubek, his 6th homer of the year and his 27th run batted in. The Yankees lead 1-0. That gives Kubek as many home runs as he had all last year, 6 home runs. And this is his first homer against Cleveland pitching. Hector Lopez up. Takes a curve high and inside. Actually, I missed a pitch while I was talking about Kubek's homer. It's 2-0 on Lopez. The 2-0 pitch. Curve inside, ball 3. Not unusual that a home run shakes up a pitcher. Does something to him. The 3-0 pitch. Checked his swing and it's ball 4. For the second time, Lopez walks in the ball game. The only 2 walks given up by Perry. And here's Mickey Mantle, who flied to short center field in the first inning. Big Power holding Lopez on. 2 out. The Yankees lead 1-0 here in the top of the 3rd. All 6 games between the Indians and the Yankees have been very close games. Here's the stretch. Pitch to Mickey is high, ball 1. On deck, Roger Maris. Perry stretches. Lopez leads off first. Pitch is fouled back in the upper deck, out of play. 1-1. Keene deep in right, Piersall deep in center, and Francona deep in left center. 1-1 pitch is high outside, ball 2. 2-1 on Mickey. Both Mantle and Maris have had a tremendous month of June. Mickey has a 364 average, and Maris a 352 average. And Mantle has hit 10 homers in the month of June, and Maris 9. 2-1 the count. The pitch to Mantle swung at and missed, strike 2. He went after that high fastball again. Had a good cut, but got underneath the pitch. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. The 2-2 delivery is high, ball 3, and it's a full count on Mickey. 3-2 with 2 out. Lopez will go with the pitch. All right, here's the stretch by Perry. There goes Lopez. The pitch is high, ball 4, and Mantle walks. For Mantle, his 56th base on balls of the year. And here's Roger Maris, who fly to left field in the first inning. That's the 3rd walk given up by Jim Perry. Runners now at first and second with 2 out. The Yankees lead 1-0. We're in the top of the 3rd. Perry stretches. Pitch to Maris is fouled back in the upper deck, strike 1. Ken Hadley swinging the big weighted bat on deck. Mantle leading off first, Lopez off second. Here's the stretch. And the pitch is high outside. Ball 1-1-1. One ball, one strike, 2 outs. Perry looks back at Lopez. The pitch is outside. Ball 2, 2-1. Romano holding the ball in the glove over the outside corner. Catchers pull that ball pretty well. Move it quickly, hoping to fool the umpire, but they're hard to fool. All this action with 2 outs. First 2 men, Richardson and Coates, 1 out. Kubek homered, Lopez and Mantle walked. 2-1 count on Roger Maris. The pitch, curve, swung it and missed, strike 2. That was a bad high curve ball, one of the few we've seen Maris go after. 2-2 the count, 2 out and 2 on. Here's the stretch by Perry. The pitch, outside, ball 3, and again Romano holds the glove there. Full count. And we have now had 3 full counts in a row. Lopez, Mantle, and now Maris. 3-2 on Maris, 2 out. Lopez at second, Mantle at first, ready to run. There they go. The pitch is high outside, gets away from Romano, but not too far. And 3 walks in a row by Jim Perry. Has the bases loaded with 2 out in the bat of Kent Hadley, who bounced out to first base in the second inning. All right, Perry pitching with his full windup. Here's the windup. The pitch is a curve popped in the air to the left side. Bubba Phillips is under it in fair territory and makes the catch for the 3rd out. As Kent Hadley went after the first pitch after Perry had walked 3 men in a row and popped up to third base for the Yankees in the top of the 3rd. 1 run on 1 hit. Kubek's homer. No Cleveland errors and 3 men left on base to score at the end of 2.5 innings. The Yankees won and the Indians nothing. Perry batting .281 is 9 for 32. 1 double, 2 runs batted in. Is a switch hitter, and he's batting left-handed against Jim Coates. Jim Perry leading off here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. On deck, the top of the Cleveland batting order, Johnny Temple. Pitch hit to left field. Hector Lopez moving back under it and makes the catch. And every time a ball is hit out to left field in this early stage of the game, Tony Kubek waves his arms and tries to signal and help Hector Lopez, because as we told you, in the early innings of a night game at this time of the year, it's hard to pick up the ball off the bat. Here's Johnny Temple, who got so mad at a called strike in the 1st inning that he promptly singled on the next pitch to right center field. Boy, he was hot as plate umpire Bob Stewart. And the guy on deck next, Jimmy Piersall, almost started a mild riot when he threw his bats out towards pitcher Jim Coates. I'll tell you about that when Piersall gets up to the plate. Here's the pitch to Temple. A change-up curve, pop to right field. Roger Maris moving under it and making the catch. That's 2 away, and here's Jimmy Piersall, who flied to right in the 1st inning. Piersall was standing alongside of home plate, watching Coates warm up, with Johnny Temple standing to the left of home plate. And suddenly Coates' pitch got away from Howard and sailed a little close to Piersall. Piersall, figuring that Coates was throwing at him, just wound up and threw both his bats towards the pitcher's box. They landed up out at third base. And the umpires and Joe Gordon had to come in and restrain Jimmy Piersall. All right, 2 out, nobody on. The pitch to Piersall. Fastball hit high in the air to right center field. Maris moving back and makes the catch. And so for Cleveland in the bottom of the 3rd, they're retired. 1-2-3, nothing across the score at the end of 3 full innings. The Yankees won and the Indians nothing. And right now, let's pause for station identification.
1460 on the radio dial, Quality Modern Radio, WOKO, Albany, New York. 5 minutes before 9.
Here is Elston Howard leading off for the Yankees in the top of the fourth inning. Howard bounced out to second base. His first time at bat. The windup by the big right-hander. Fastball lined right through the middle. Boy, that almost took Perry's cap off out to center field. A solid single by Elston Howard right through the middle. And that's only the second base hit off Perry. Both teams now with 2 base hits. The Yankees leading 1-0. Brings up Cletus Boyle, who was called out on strikes in the second inning. Elston Howard, by the way, is the leading hitter against Cleveland pitching this year. That gives him 9 for 20. All right, Howard leading off first. The pitch is hit on the ground, right back to the pitcher. He throws to Held for 1. Back to first, double play. For the Indians, their 62nd double play of the year, and that was as pretty a time play as you'd want to see. As the ball was hit back to the pitcher, he led Woody Held to the bag, threw the ball over the bag with Held coming over from short. Woody caught it and led Vic Power coming to first base. And everything was done perfectly that time. Executed very well. A double play. 2 out. Here's Bobby Richardson. Bobby flying to left field in the third inning. 2 out, nobody on. Curve is outside, ball 1. Nothing pitch is lined to right field, a base hit. Coming up with the ball, Harvey Keenan. Richardson lines the single to right field. So all 3 men who are hitting Cleveland pitching the best this year have all come up with the base hits. Bobby Richardson, who came into the game 6 for 20 with a 300 average against Cleveland pitching. Tony Kubek, who came in with an 8 for 25 average for 320 pitching. And Elston Howard, who had 8 for 18, batting .444, have the 3 base hits against Perry. Here's Jim Coates, who hit back to the box in the third inning. Two out. Yankees did all their damage in the third inning with 2 out. The homer by Kubek and 3 walks. Coates hits one deep to right center field. Way back there, and Piersall makes a one-hand catch. He dropped it. He dropped it. He got to the ball and then dropped it. Richardson scores. Jimmy Piersall was playing shallow. It's a base hit, a long double to right center field by Jim Coates. Piersall took off on a gallop, caught up to the ball and got his glove on it, but brushed against the fence and then dropped the ball and his hat. It rolled away from him. And the Yankees lead 2-0 again with 2 outs. The Yankees have gotten to Jim Perry. As Jim Coates comes up with his 3rd double of the year and his 4th run batted in, and he is really pounding that ball. You don't usually see Piersall drop a ball when he gets his glove on it. Remember that catch he made in Yankee Stadium last time the Indians were in town. All right, here's Kubek, who bounced to second and home at the pitch to Tony. Curve low, ball 1. The Yankees 2, the Indians nothing in the top of the 4th. And the pitch is a curve pop high to right field down the line. That one could go. And it's going in the stands. A home run for Kubek. Holy cow. That's Kubek. Caught hold of a low inside curveball. And the Yankees now lead 4-0. And all the damage off Perry has come after 2 were out. As Kubek gets his 2nd home run of the game. His 7th of the year, and with 3 RBIs tonight, that gives him 29 runs batted in on the year. Brings up Hector Lopez, who's been up twice and walked twice. Pitch is hit high in the air to straightaway center field, way back there, way back. Piersall going back and makes the catch just in front of the center field fence. Boy, the wind took that one almost over the fence for the Yankees. In the top of the fourth, 3 runs on 4 base hits. No Indian errors and nobody left to score at the end of 3.5 innings. The Yankees 4, Cleveland nothing. Bobby Keane, who hit into a double play in the first inning, leading off here in the bottom of the fourth for the Indians. The Yankees 4, Cleveland nothing. So the Yankees continue to get runs for Jim Coates. They had scored 84 runs in the 10 previous games in which Coates had started, and they've already got 4, so that gives them 88. 88 runs in 11 starts. Boy, that's a lot of runs. All right, here's the first pitch to Keane. Is hit to deep right center. Maris moving back, and Mantle over, and Maris makes the catch. Keane got good wood on that ball, didn't quite get it high enough. One away, here's Tito Francona. Francona walked in the second inning. Here's the first pitch to Tito. Curveball line through the middle, a base hit to center field. Mantle bluffs the throw to first base as Francona gets the third base hit off Jim Coates. And it brings up Vic Power, who pops to the shortstop in the second inning. 4-0 the Yankees lead here in the top of the fourth. Hadley holding first against Francona. Coates sets. Pitch is popped in the air to straightaway center field. Mickey Mantle hardly has to move under it and makes the catch. And it's 2-way. The batter, Johnny Romano, who struck out in the second inning. To Romano, high inside, ball 1. Johnny has 6 homers this year and 23 runs batted in. Coates ready. The 1-0 pitch, high inside, ball 2, 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes. Here's the stretch by the big right-hander. Pitch is low outside, ball 3, 3-0. 3 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. The curve is high inside, and it's ball 4. That brings up what he held. Woody single to left field in the second inning. Leads the Indians in homers with 12 and RBIs with 37. Runners lead off first and second. Pitch to Held is foul. Look out, he threw the bat and the ball came shooting back in the upper deck. The bat went right into the Yankee dugout, and Casey Stengel makes believe he's mad and gets up on top of the steps. Woody Held swung at that pitch. It was hard to watch both things. The bat flew all the way into the Yankee dugout, and that's a long ways, and the ball came just over our heads here in the upper deck. 1 strike on Woody. Again, Coates goes into the stretch position. Slow curve, line to center field. Mantle coming on fast. Makes the running catch as Woody Held sent a line drive into short center field. Mantle got a good jump on it for Cleveland in the bottom of the fourth. No runs, 1 hit. No Yankee errors. 2 men left to score at the end of 4 full innings. The Yankees 4 runs, 5 hits, no errors. The Indians no runs, 3 hits, and no errors. While they're changing positions on the diamond, I'd like to mention right now that the second half of this game is being brought to you by the Crisp Refresher Ballantine beer. You know, Ballantine's a light beer with 2 lager flavor, and that's what makes it the Crisp Refresher. Well, we got a new pitcher coming in for Cleveland. Bobby Locke, who has been out there loosening up, is taking over for Jim Perry. So Bobby Locke comes on. making his 6th appearance of the year. He's won 1 and lost none. He's pitched 21 in the 3rd inning, given up 18 hits. 6 runs, 5 of them earned, has 2.11 earned run average. Walked 10, struck out 6, given up 1 homer. Locke will be facing Mantle, Maris, and Hadley here in the top of the 5th inning with the Yankees leading 4-0. Mickey flied to center and walked. Pitch is popped in the air and back of the plate. Romano throws the mask away and makes the catch for the out. And since Manny Minoso got hit in the mouth with a mask thrown by Elston Howard going after a foul ball, you can see the umpires and the batters moving out of the range when the catcher starts to throw that mask. Here's Roger Maris, slide to left and walk. 1 out, nobody on. Locke's pitch to Maris, high outside, ball 1. The 1-0 delivery is hit on the ground at first base. Big power up with flips to Locke covering for the out. That's 2-way. And it brings up Kent Hadley. Hadley bounced to first base and popped up to the 3rd baseman. Pitch to Hadley is fouled back of the plate, strike 1. Two out, nobody on. Fastball high outside, 1-1. Here's a pitch to Hadley. He swings and there's a home run. Boy, did he hit that one. He caught hold of a high fastball and drilled it deep into the seats in right field. Wowee, that Hadley has got good power. And again with 2 outs. The Yankees score. They've scored all their runs after 2 are out. And they now take a 5-0 lead over Cleveland. Boy, Hadley really pounded that ball. As soon as it was hit, Harvey Keene just turned around and watched it go way back in the seats in right field. Here's Elston Howard. Bounced to second and single. Fastball fouled back on the screen. Strike 1. Strike pitch is lined, a base hit to left center field for Howard. Piersall coming in fast up with the ball. And Howard's on with his second base hit. That's the 7th Yankee hit of the ball game, and Johnny Temple comes in to talk to Bobby Locke. Howard is at first. The batter is Cletus Boyer, who was called out on strikes and then hit into a double play. Here's the stretch. The pitch to Boyer is low, ball 1. Stretch. Pitch is popped in the air. The 3rd baseman, Bubba Phillips, moving in foul territory. Look at the wind take that back. And he dropped the ball. He dropped the ball. You should have seen that wind took that ball back at least 15 feet. He was way in foul territory. It ended up about 10 feet in fair territory. And Phillips must have taken his eye off the ball because he had a lunge to his left and it kicked off the heel of his glove. And that's an error charged to Bubba Phillips. Howard, who was running all the way, ended up at 3rd. Cletus Boyer was watching the ball a little too much and ends up at first base. There's the first error of the ball game, and here's Bobby Richardson, who lined to left and single to right. Runners at first and 3rd, 2 out. The stretch and the pitch to Bobby is popped in the air to short right field. It's going to be trouble. And Temple can't get it, but it kicks foul. Johnny Temple, Vic Farr, and Harvey Keene couldn't catch up to that ball, but it landed foul by about 2 feet. Temple limping back to second base. He's been playing with a badly bruised ankle. 1 strike on Bobby Richardson. The Yankees leading 5-0 here in the top of the 5th. By Locke. The 1-strike pitch is hit on the ground, is short. Held, flips to Temple covering to retire Boyer. For the Yankees in the top of the 5th, 1 run on a homer by Kent Hadley. There were 2 base hits in the inning. 1 Cleveland error. 2 men left to score at the end of 4.5 innings. The Yankees 5 and the Indians nothing. Inning, Bubba Phillips will be leading off. Bubba bounced out to third base in the second inning, his first time at bat. The Yankees lead 5-0. The pitch to Phillips is line to center field, a base hit. That's hit number 4 off Coates. And that'll bring up Bobby Locke, who is a pretty good hitting pitcher, by the way. Locke is 3 for 5 this year, batting .600, has 1 double, 2 runs batted in. So the Yankees leading 5-0. They get their leadoff hitter on again. That's the 3rd time in 5 innings that the leadoff man has gotten on base. Coach talking with Cletus Boyer. Phillips at first base. Kent Hadley's playing in back of the runner at first. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 5th. Coach steps off the mound to look back at his outfield. Now he checks the sign from Howard. Here's the stretch. Pitch is in there. Strike 1 call. The fastball just above the knees. Bobby Locke didn't like the call too much. Quite a famous golfer by the same name, Bobby Locke. Here's the stretch. Curve is hit on the ground. Kubek up with it. Over to Richardson for 1. Back to first. Not in time. He beats the throw to first. It was a tough chance for Kubek as the ball was coming on a big hop. It hit the edge of the infield grass and then scooted on the ground. Tony had to get down quickly to get it and hurried his throw to Richardson. It's the 4th play from short to second. Getting Phillips. Locke safe at first. Here's Johnny Temple, who singled and flied to right. 1 away. All right, here's the stretch by Coach. Pitch to Temple. High inside, ball 1. Jimmy Piersall on deck. Again, Coach sets. Here's the stretch. And the pitch is bunted down to third base line. It's a beauty. If it stays fair, it's a base hit. And it stays fair. A perfect bunt. Johnny Temple dropped the butt about 15 feet down the third base line. It hugged the baseline going down, and all Howard, coach, and Boyer could do was hope that it would roll foul, but it stayed right on the line, and it's a fair ball, a base hit. Hit number 5 off Coach. Runners at first and second with one out. Here's Jimmy Piersall. Piersall twice fly to right field. 5-0 the Yankees lead. Here's the stretch. Pitch to Jimmy is hit. Over Boyer's head, a base hit. Here comes Locke. Mantle going to third, to throw to third, and Piersall goes into second base. Piersall bounced the single off the hard infield over Boyer's head. Bobby Locke came on to score. Temple slid into third as Lopez threw to third. And when Piersall saw Lopez throw going into Boyer, he took off and beat Boyer's throw to Richardson at second base. So the Indians have runners at second and third. One out. It's a 5-1 ball game, and the batter is Harvey Keene, who hit into a double play and lined out deep to right center. And the Indian fans are whooping it up. Temple at third, Piersall at second. Here's the windup. The pitch. Here's a base hit to left field. And the ball gets by Lopez. Hector Lopez tried to make a shoestring catch. The ball got by him. But Harvey Keene was not running, and so was not able to make second base. But both Temple and Piersall scored. It's now a 5-3 ball game with one out here in the bottom of the fifth, and the batter Tito Francona. Francona has walked and singled, and these Indian fans are going wild. Here's a stretch by Coates. Pitch. A foul back out of play. Strike one. Bobby Shands is up in the Yankee bullpen. The bottom of the fifth inning. 3 Indians have crossed home plate. 5-3 the Yankees lead. Here's the stretch. Slow curve, high ball, 1-1-1. On deck is Vic Power. Coates into the stretch position. Pitch, change up high outside, ball 2, 2-1. Elston Howard rubs up the ball. Ken Hadley holding first base against Harvey Keene. Here's the stretch by Coates. Pitch. Foul back, strike 2, 2-2. Ball might have been a little high that Francona went after. And Coates wants another ball. Throws that one back in to plate umpire Bob Stewart. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. All right, 2-2 the count. Here's the stretch. The pitch, high, ball 3, 3-2. And Coates wants a different baseball. Took a long time rubbing that one up, going to the Rosenberg. Only threw it once and asked for another ball. Full count on Tito Francona with Harvey Keene at first, 1 out. And the Yankees leading 5-3 in the bottom of the 5th inning. Here's the stretch. The pitch, high, ball 4. And while Elston Howard goes out to the mound to talk with Jim Coates, we'll pause for station identification.
1460 on the radio dial, Quality Modern Radio in Albany, WOKO.
And now here comes Casey Stengel out to the mound. And listen to the greeting old Case is getting. That's music to Casey's ears, though. It doesn't bother him one bit. Elston Howard joins Casey out on the mound with Jim Coates. Johnny James and Bobby Shantz continue to loosen up in the Yankee bullpen. The Indians have scored 3 runs here in the bottom of the 5th. They got runners at first and second with 1 out. And the batter is Vic Power, who has popped to short and lined out to center field. So Casey has his chat with Coates and leaves him in there. High, 1 away. Here's the stretch. The pitch is high, ball 1. Coates checks the sign from Howard. Runners lead away at first and second. The pitch, curve low outside, ball 2, 2-0. On deck is Johnny Romano. Coates into the stretch position. Pitch is hit on the ground, a base hit. And here's the throw to the plate. And it's a wild throw. Team scores. Moving to third is Francona. Going to second is a Vic Power. A base hit off Bobby Richardson's glove. Bobby knocked it down, couldn't get to the ball. Harvey Keene rounded third base. Richardson made a hurried throw that hit in front of Howard and rolled back to the wall. Coates was not backing up the play. Keene scored. Moving to third is Francona. Moving to second is Vic Power. It's now a 5-4 ball game with the Yankees leading, and Jim Coates is out of the ball game. So the error will be charged to Bobby Richardson on the throw as it hit in front of Howard and scooted under his glove. The Indians have come up with 5 hits in this inning. They have a total of 8 altogether. They've scored all 4 of their runs. They have runners at second and third with 1 out. And Bobby Shantz is coming on to relieve Jim Coates. So Coates cannot be the winning pitcher in this ball game and could very well be the losing pitcher. Should both Francona and Power score and the Indians go on to win the game. We noticed while little Bobby was hitting fungos during outfield and infield practice, he kept feeling that left shoulder of his. Stretching the arm and grabbing back at it. Romano has struck out and walked. Down at second base, Vic Power. And over at third base, Tito Francona. All right, Johnny Romano steps into the batter's box. Runners at second and third lead away. Here's the windup. The pitch is a curve, high, ball 1. Bobby swings his left arm around a couple of times to loosen up. Here's the windup. Curve. Strike call, 1-1. Romano tried to duck under that pitch. Shakes his head and says no to plate umpire Bob Stewart. 5-4. The Yankees lead the Indians. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning. Yankee infield playing back. They're not playing in to cut the run off at the plate. Outfield straight away and deep on Romano. Here's the windup. Curve is high, ball 2. Howard bluffs the throw down to second base. Vic Power takes the biggest lead of any base runner when he's on second base and there's a runner on third. Sometimes he goes better than halfway down to third. Kubek playing in the hole for Romano cannot hold Vic Power on, and Richardson's playing deep at second base. There goes Power. Boy, he is way off there. Here's the windup. The 2-1 pitch. High outside, ball 3. 3-1. balls, 1 strike, and 1 out. Vic Power leads off second. Tito Francona off first. Here's the windup. Curve, outside, ball 4. The bases are loaded, and the batter is Woody Held, who singled to left and lined out to center field. 5-4 the score in the bottom of the 5th. The base is full of Indians. They're on the warpath, or the base path, rather. And here's Woody Held. Yankee infield back in double play depth. Here's the windup. The pitch. Outside, ball 1. Again, the windup. Curve swung and missed. Strike 1, 1-1. Joe Gordon yelling from the Indian bench. Woody Held looks over there. Joe doesn't want Woody to swing too hard. Just get a piece of the ball. Here's the windup. Slow curve, bunted at and foul as they try to squeeze in the tying run. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Kent Hadley was playing deep at first base, and Woody Held tried to push the ball down that way, but fouled it. He had a good pitch to try and bunt on, a slow curveball. All right, here's the windup. The pitch, high, ball 2, 2-2. Fred Crest, coaching at first, walks halfway in a home plate, yells something to Woody Held. Boy, this is a tense moment in the ball game. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, bases loaded. Here's the windup. Curve gets away from Howard. Here comes the tying run. A wild pitch charged to Bobby Shan. Francona scores, and the ball game is all tied up. That run is charged to Jim Coates. And now Vic Power is at third. Johnny Romano at second base. A 3-2 count on Woody Held with 1 out, and the score tied 5-5. Boy, that's something you very seldom see. Bobby Shan's executing a wild pitch. Casey Stengel is standing up on the top step of the Yankee dugout, and he pulls Kent Hadley in at first and Cletus Boyer in at third, and they're going to walk Held intentionally. They're going to load him up. The bases are loaded, and the batter is Bubba Phillips. Phillips led off this inning. He's the 10th Indian to come to bat. Bubba single to center field. He bounced to third in the second inning. Once again, the bases are loaded. With 1 out, the score tied 5-5. Cleveland has scored all 5 runs here in the bottom of the 5th. Vic Power with a big lead at third. Johnny Romano at second. Woody Held at first. Here's the windup. The pitch. Curveball popped in the air. Kent Hadley is under it in foul territory and makes the catch. As Bubba Phillips tried to check his swing, the bat hit the ball and was a soft fly to first base. And here comes Bobby Locke. Locke bounced into a force play in the very same inning. This is his second time at bat. And he's a pretty good hitting pitcher. The score is tied 5-5, and we're in the bottom of the 5th inning. Yankee infield and most of the fans kind of expecting a squeeze play that time with Bubba Phillips up there, but it didn't materialize. 2 men out, bases still loaded. Bobby looks at Vic Power. Here's the windup. Curve outside, ball 1. Power has got Shands worried a little bit over there at third. He would try and steal home. He's done it before quite a few times. Shands checking the sign. Here's the windup. The pitch is a curve hit on the ground. Brubeck to his right, up with it over to Richardson. In time to get Woody Held. Boy, and Held had some jump. A force play from short to second, and for Cleveland in the bottom of the 5th inning. 5 runs. 5 base hits, 1 Yankee error, 3 men left on base to score at the end of 5 full innings. All tied up, the Yankees 5 and the Indians 5. So with the score tied 5-5, we're ready to go in the top of the 6th inning. And leading off for the Yankees will be Bobby Shan. So Jim Coates keeps his consecutive game winning streak intact. He cannot be the losing pitcher nor the winning pitcher. He has won 12 games in a row. Bobby Shans and Bobby Locke are now the pitchers of record. Cleveland came up with 5 runs in the bottom of the 5th. Yet the Yankees were kind of lucky because the Indians had the bases loaded with only 1 out and failed to score. And incidentally, that was an RBI credited to Vic Power on his infield single off Richardson's glove in the 5th inning. All right, Bobby Shans is up there. He's 0 for 4 on the year as a batter. Bobby Locke ready on the mound. His pitch to Shans is a strike call, a fastball over the outside corner. Jim Coates had bounced to the box and doubled to right center field. Jim had driven in a run and scored a run. But the Indians got to him in the 5th inning. Pitch outside, ball 1, 1-1. The 1-1 pitch is foul tip back, strike 2, 1 ball, 2 strikes. His pitch is high inside, 2-2 the count. Here's the 2-2 delivery. Pitch is inside, ball 3, 3-2. Full count on Shans. Here's the payoff pitch. Low, ball 4. Bobby gets a base on balls. First walk given up by Locke. And Shans declines his warm-up jacket. And here's Tony Kubek, who bounced to second and then homered in the 3rd and 4th innings. Tony has driven in 3 runs tonight. Got his 6th and 7th homers of the year. He already has more home runs this year than he had all last year. Shans at first with nobody out, and the score tied 5-5, top of the 6th. Here's the stretch. Pitch is bunted, a good bunt down 3rd. The throw to first just in time to get Kubek. Boy, I tell you, that was a pretty bunt by Tony Kubek. Bubba Phillips really had a hustle to throw him out at first. Moving down to second base is Bobby Shans. And here's Hector Lopez, who walked twice and flied to center field. The right-hander says, curve hit on the ground, a Temple off his glove in the right field. There's a base hit. Shans will score right at Johnny Temple, but it took a wicked hop off his glove, and the Yankees lead 6-5. They give him a base hit on it and an RBI. Boy, that ball was hard hit. So Bobby Shans scores, and the Yankees take the lead again, 6-5, and here's Mickey Mantle with Lopez at first. Temple went down at one knee as the ball hit about 3 feet in front of him, but then it kicked high and off his glove in a short right field. Mantle flied to center, walked, and fouled out to the catcher. Pitch to Mickey is over for a strike. So that walk was costly, given up by Bobby Locke as he walked little Bobby Shans. Here's the stretch. The pitch curve, a strike 2 called. Boy, that was a big curveball. Just kept coming down and down. Two strikes on Mickey. Pitch outside, ball 1. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, 1 run in. Hector Lopez at first base. Stretch, and the curve is a little bit high, ball 2. 2-2. The infield, Temple, Vic Power. The catcher, Romano, and the pitcher, Locke, all waving their arms, saying that was a good pitch. 2-2 on Mickey. And Jimmy Piersall is throwing his hat and his gloves out in center field. Look at Piersall. And Piersall might be thrown out of the game as Bob Stewart, the plate umpire, starts walking out that way. And now Temple and Bob Stewart are arguing at the pitcher's box. And Vic Power's walking over. Here comes Joe Gordon. And Gordon is arguing with Bob Stewart. Boy, Joe is hot, I'm telling you. And while Joe Gordon is arguing with plate umpire Bob Stewart, let's pause for station identification.
WOKO, Albany, New York.
All right, all the arguments seem to have ended. Mickey Mantle with the count 2-2 on him, 1 out. Lopez at first. Here's the stretch by Locke. The pitch, strike 3, swinging. Mickey went after a low fastball, didn't get it. That's 2 out. The Yankees leading 6-5. Here's Roger Maris. Maris fly to left, walked, and bounced out to first base. Here's the stretch by Locke. The pitch to Maris is strike 1, a swing and a miss. One strike, 2 out. Here's the stretch. Curve is lined to right field, and that's in there for a base hit. Keen up with it, deep in the corner to throw to second, and it holds Maris to a long single. Boy, that was a long single deep in the corner, and Keene played that ball like an infielder. Roger Maris just got his 4th base hit off Cleveland pitching this year. And Joe Gordon is coming out to the mound. And that could be all for Bobby Locke. And now they call for Klipstein. So Locke is out of there after pitching 1 2/3 innings, in which he allowed 4 base hits, walked 1, struck out 1, and has allowed 3 runs. Locke leaves, Klipstein comes on. Klipstein is 6'1", 189 pounds, from Chicago, Illinois. With the Los Angeles Dodgers last year, had won 4 and lost none. Here's Kent Hadley. Hadley bounced to first, popped up to third, and homered deep in the right field seats. 2 men are out. All right, here's the stretch by Klipstein. The pitch is popped in the air to short right field. Harvey Keene, coming a long ways, is under it and makes the catch for the out. Boy, was that high. So Klipstein with 1 pitch gets out of the inning for the Yankees in the top of the 6th, 1 run on 2 base hits. No Indian errors, and 2 men left on base. The score at the end of 5.5 innings, the Yankees 6 and the Indians 5.
Icily light, icily light. Precisely right. Free favorite, free favorite. Valentine beer.
To be free, a beer must be icily tight.
The top of the Indian batting order, Johnny Temple, Jimmy Piersall, and Harvey Keene will be facing Bobby Shands here in the bottom of the sixth, with the Yankees leading 6-5. Temple is 2 for 3, singles, fly to right and beat out a bunt. He scored 1 run. All right, here's Bobby's first pitch, slow curve, outside, ball 1. Here's the windup, fastball on the inside corner, 1-1. Shands into the windup. Pitch low, outside, ball 2, 2-1. All right, Shands ready. Slow curve, high, ball 3, 3-1. Here's a 3-1 pitch, curve, low, outside, ball 4. He lost him. That's the third walk given up by Shands, and here's Jimmy Piersall. We're going to have action in the Yankee bullpen. Piersall, fly to right, twice, single to left. He's driven in a run and scored 1. Pitch high inside, ball 1. Johnny James loosening up for the Yankees. Temple is at first, being held on by Kent Hadley. He represents the tying run. Here's the stretch by Shands. Pitch is bunted down third. Good bunt. Boyd bobbles the ball, and it cannot make a play. All hands are safe. That'll go as a sacrifice and an error. Boyd took his eye off the ball to watch Piersall, and it just kicked off the end of his glove. And now the Indians have runners at first and second with nobody out. Look at Piersall getting on the official scorer. Boy, he gets on everybody from every place. He wanted a base hit on that. And here comes Casey Stengel. I tell you that Piersall gets on the umpires from center field. He gets on the official scorers from first base. And now Casey Stengel wants to talk with Bob Stewart. And Stengel wants to know how come that Piersall gets away with all these shenanigans. Because other ball players have been thrown out for a lot less than Piersall has done tonight. Jimmy is a good ball player. And he plays it to the hilt, but at times he does things that other ball players would have been thrown out a long time ago. Piersall would have been a dead duck at first base if Kubek fielded the ball perfectly. It was not a hard chance. It was a good bunt, but Boyer was playing in. He booted the ball, and rightly so, the official scorer charged him with an error. A sacrifice and an error. Runners at first and second, nobody out. The Yankees leading 6-5. The batter, Harvey Keene, who hit into a double play, fly to right, single to left. He's driven in 2 and scored 1. Hadley way in at first. Boyer is in at third. Here's the stretch. The pitch. It gets away from Howard. There go the runners. No throw, and all hands are safe. Another wild pitch charged to Bobby Shands, and here comes Casey Stengel. And Shands is out of the ball game. I tell you, Shands' arm must be bothering him. That's his second wild pitch of the ball game. And besides that, he's walked 3 men already. And they're calling for Johnny James. Both runners advanced. Temple went to third. Piersall to second. A 1-ball, no-strike count on Harvey Keene. And that's all for Bobby Shands. So Bobby has actually pitched just 2/3 of an inning. And the strange part about it is that Shands has not given up a base hit. Johnny James is making his 19th appearance of the year. He's won 3 and lost none. Has an earned run average of 3.67. James will be pitching to Harvey Keene, Tito Francona, and Vic Power. The Indians have the tying run at third, the lead run at second. There's nobody out. Now Piersall's talking with Tony Kubek. Looks like Piersall enjoys talking as much as Yogi Berra enjoys talking to other players. Except that Yogi doesn't get near as excited as Piersall. But that's what you call a colorful ball player. Outfield straight away on Keene. The infield is playing back. Here's the windup. The pitch is a curve high inside, ball one. Keene has to go down. The Yankees lead in the bottom of the sixth inning. Here's the windup. Pitch is swung at and missed. Strike one. 1-1. Rather, 2 balls, 1 strike. Keene had some cut at that one. 1-1 with James, but Bobby Shands had thrown a ball. Curve is low. Ball 3, 3-1. Johnny Gabler is up in the Yankee bullpen. 3 balls, 1 strike on Harvey Keene. Here's the windup. Outside, ball 4. The bases are loaded, and here's Tito Francona. Nobody out. Francona walked twice and singled. He scored 1 run. 6-5, the Yankees lead. The Indians are threatening. Bases loaded, nobody out. Johnny James, the 3rd Yankee pitcher of the night, out on the mound. Here's the windup. The pitch, curve, hit deep to right center field. Way back there. And what a catch Maris made. Holy cow. He took a grand slam home run away from Tito Francona. One of the greatest plays we've ever seen, and Maris is hurt a little bit out there. The top of the wire fence hit him underneath his left arm. One of the greatest plays we have ever seen. That ball was out of the ballpark. Maris put his right hand up on the top of the fence, leaped as high as he could, caught the ball and came down with his left arm hung up on the fence. That was a grand slammer all the way if I've ever seen one. The run scores on the long sacrifice fly by Francona. That ties up the ball game. Driving in Johnny Temple, moving to third on the play was Piersall, but Harvey Keene was so stunned by the great catch of Maris's that he remained at first base. That run is charged to Bobby Shands, and here's Vic Power, who pops a short, line to center and singles. 6-6 to score. Boy, what a play that was. Here's the stretch. The pitch. There goes the runner. The ball is hit on the ground at third. They got Piersall hung up. He's in a rundown. Howard runs him back. And now they run him back to third. And Piersall is tagged out, but not before he hung up there in plenty of time to let both runners advance. On the field is Choice. Went from 5 to 2. To 5 to 1 to 6. Kubek making the putout. But Keene went to third, and Vic Power advanced to second. Now there are 2 out, and the batter is Johnny Romano, the catcher, who struck out and walked twice. Score is tied 6-6. The Indians have had some wonderful scoring opportunities, but haven't been able to cash in on them outside of the 6 runs they've already scored. Pitch to Romano. Fastball hit on the ground is short. Kubek. A long throw in time to get Romano. So for the Indians in the bottom of the 6th inning. 1 run on nary a base hit. 1 Yankee error. And 2 men left on base in the score at the end of 6 full innings. All tied up. The Yankees 6 and the Indians 6. Boy, I tell you, we got a dandy going here. Looked like Jim Coates was well on his way to his 9th victory, having a 5-0 lead, but the Indians came back. And We're getting ready to go here in the top of the 7th, and coming over to the radio side will be Mel Allen right after we pause for station identification.
1460 on the radio dial, Quality Modern Radio, WOKO, Albany, New York, 1030.
Hello there, everybody. Elston Howard takes the pitch low for a ball as we play in the 7th inning. Johnny Klipstein doing the delivering, and his next pitch bounces by the catcher for ball 2. Howard beat Klipstein in relief in New York recently as a pinch hitter when he hit a home run off of him. The 2-0 delivery on its way is inside for ball 3. Howard grounded to second, single to center twice. 6-6, it's the 7th inning. And the next pitch is inside for ball 4. Howard walks to open the 7th. And here's Clete Boyer, took a 3rd strike. Hit to the box into a double play. And reached first base safe on an error by Phillips. It's been a wild and woolly one. This is a game to be remembered all the rest of the year, regardless of its outcome. Has to be. The bunt and the play will be to second base, but it is too late, and everybody's safe. Johnny Klipstein threw on to Woody Hell, but his throw was late. It's a sacrifice and fielder's choice. All hands safe, no error on the play. An error of judgment, which is not scored in the box score. Now Bobby Richardson, who lined to left, single to right, and grounded to short, steps up. Big Power shortened up at first, ready to move in on a bunt if such be forthcoming. The ball is taken high and inside, although Bobby had gone into a bunting position. Next delivery is taken for a strike, 1-1. One ball, one strike. Johnny Klipstein to the stretch. Here's the pitch. Bunted. And Romano up. And he loses the ball, and everybody is safe. Romano feeling the bunt. Let the ball slip out of his hand, and the bases are loaded. Well, it's a wild night, I'll tell you that. Howard went to third, Boyer to second, Richardson to first. Sacrifice and an error. I'll tell you, it's contagious tonight. And now, Johnny James is scheduled to bat, but Yogi Berra is coming out to hit for Johnny James. Third, Boyer on second, and Richardson on first. And we've got some action in the Cleveland bullpen. Briggs is warming up. Yogi Berra hitting for James. We have Gabler warming up for New York. Ford's been loosening up, but he was scheduled to start tomorrow the next day. Klipstein into the windup. The pitch is in there for a strike. Berra hitting .303. Now the windup and the pitch. Inside for a ball, 1-1. Howard on third, Boyer on second, Richardson on first. 6-6 the score. It's the seventh inning. The windup and the pitch. Outside for ball 2, 2-1. Here's the 2-1 delivery. Inside, ball 3, 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike. Three runners lead away. The windup, the 3-1 pitch. Swung on and foul back. Full count now on Berra. Berra batting for James. Three runners lead away. The payoff pitch, and Yogi swings, fouls it back. Count remains 3-2. Third, Boyer on second, Richardson on first. The windup and the pitch. It's low and inside, ball 4. Yogi walks and Howard scores. Boyer moves to third, Richardson to second, and Berra to first. An RBI for Yogi. His 27th. Time's called as Berra leaves first base, and we're going to have a runner for him. Yogi's had an injured foot. 7-6 New York. Eli Gerber is going in to run for Berra. And here's Tony Kubek, who grounded to second, hit 2 home runs off Jim Perry in the third and fourth innings, and sacrificed in the sixth. Boyer on third, Richardson on second, Gerber on first, and now Joe Gordon brings the infield halfway. Pitch to Tony is low, ball 1. The 1-0 delivery. Inside, ball 2, 2-0. Now Joe Gordon comes out of the dugout. We've seen more of the managers tonight than we've seen in any given game all year. Johnny Briggs has been warming up. Gordon going out to talk to Johnny Klipstein, who has been a spectacular pitcher this year for the Indians. He has allowed just a little better than 7/10 of a run per game. That was his earned run average. In 35 2/3 innings of relief pitching going into tonight's game, he had given up just 15 hits and 3 runs. He walked 11, struck out 23. So Joe is going to stay with him a little longer. He walked out and setting him down. Actually, the Yankees in this inning haven't hurt him in the way of batting. A walk and 2 sacrifices, 2 bunts that resulted in 2 sacrifices, but nobody being retired, and another walk. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 1, and it was a bad pitch. It was low and inside, and Tony tried to stop his bat, but couldn't. So it's a 2-1 count. Gave Klipstein a lift there. The 2-1 delivery. It's low and inside for ball 3, 3-1. Three balls, one strike. Boyer, Richardson, and Gerber lead away. And the 3-1 pitch swung on and fouled back out of play. Full count. Three balls, two strikes. Here's the payoff pitch. Swung on a ground ball, hit through to right field for a base hit. Richardson scores in behind Boyer. There goes Gerber on his way to third base, and he goes there and into second. Now goes Kubek as the ball bounced off the glove of Phillips. Time call now as Joe Gordon comes out of the dugout. A 2-run single by Tony Kubek gives him 5 runs batted in tonight. 31 the season. It's 9-6 New York with runners on second and third, and that'll be all for Johnny Klipstein. As Boyer and Richardson scored, and Gerber went to third, and Kubek to second. We'll check with the scorer to see whether there's any error on the play that developed after the base hit, or whether they score Kubek having gone to second on the throw to third. While the throw bounced off the chest of Phillips, it was nowhere near in time to get Gerber going in. But the official scorer might rule it an error, enabling Kubek to go to second. Actually, Tony had stopped, and when he saw the ball bounce away, then went on. So it's something that lies within the judgment of the official scorer. Johnny Klipstein now departs, and Johnny Briggs comes in. Klipstein had come on in the 6th inning with 2 outs. So he worked 1/3 of an inning, allowed 1 hit. He walked 2. No strikeouts. Got himself into trouble on his throw to second on the bunt by Boyer, which Howard beat. And then the error on the next bunt of Richardson's by Romano. Duplicating a situation like that, which occurred in the 6th inning for the Indians. An error by Boyer on a bunt by Piersall. The official scorer has ruled an error on Harvey Keene on his throw to third, which enabled Kubek to reach second. Johnny Briggs, coming in for the 13th time this year, has a record of 3-1. This will be his first appearance against New York. 26 years old, 5'10", 175-pounder. And he'll pitch now to Hector Lopez, who walked twice, flied to center, and singled to right. Gerber on third, Kubek on second. Joe Gordon plays the infield a little better than halfway for a play at the plate. The pitch is inside for a ball. Getting some more action in the Indian bullpen. Win Hawkins. Briggs is a right-hander. Runners lead away from second and third. The pitch to Hector Lopez is ball too high. 2 balls, no strikes. 3 runs in the 7th inning. Yanks 9, Indians 6. Now the windup and the 2-0 pitch. Lopez swings and bounces it to third. They've got Gerber trapped. They throw to Romano, tags Gerber out. On to third goes Kubek. on the fielder's choice play. Phillips into Romano. They retired Eli Gerber. Lopez on first, Kubek on third, and the batter's Mantle flied to right center, walked, fouled to the catcher, and struck out. One away. The pitch to Mickey is inside, ball one. Briggs to the stretch, and the pitch. Curveball's in there, strike one, 1-1. The 1-1 pitch, high, ball two, 2-1. Two balls, one strike, one out. Kubek on third and Lopez on first. Johnny Briggs in relief of Johnny Clipstein. Here's the pitch to Mantle. Swung on a line drive into right field. Keene's going over and grabs it. Kubek tags at third, digs for the plate, and comes in to score. Mantle lines out to Harvey Keene in right field and is credited with a sacrifice fly, scoring Kubek. Making it 10-6. Lopez holds it first. And here's Roger Maris getting a hand for that great play that he made when he robbed Tito Francona of a Grand Slam homer. The last inning. Starting to rain now. The pitch to Maris is high and away for a ball. Either rain or bugs. You look up into the light. Here's the pitch. Swung on and fouled off to the left of the plate. It's going to go out of play. 4 runs in the seventh. The Yankees have scored in every inning but the first two. It's a while when it's got a long way to go yet, too. Type of game to which the old cliche applies, the seesaw struggle. Now you teeter, now you totter. The 1-1 pitch, swung on, a ground ball hits the second. Up with it is Temple, throws on to Power, and the side's retired. 4 runs for New York, with only 1 hit. There's 1 error and 1 man left on. At the end of 6.5 innings of play, New York 10, Cleveland 6. They're playing Take Me Out to the Ball Game, where I can get that Valentine. Or if you're at home, I hope you got plenty of Valentine on hand. Valentine beer, the crisp refresher. You know, to really refresh, your beer must have lightness plus flavor. And that's Valentine all the way. It's the light beer with true lager flavor. Matter of fact, it proves to more and more people every day that a beer can be light and still give you all the downright delicious lager beer flavor you want. All of which explains why Valentine beer is the crisp refresher. So if lightness alone won't do for you, if you want a beer with flavor too, then you just open up or order up smooth, delicious Valentine beer, the crisp refresher. And you'll see why Valentine's the largest selling beer in the East, all the way from Maine to Florida. first half of the 7th inning. Johnny Gabler will come in to pitch for New York. Johnny James came on in the 6th inning with nobody out, and so worked to 1 inning. Coates and Chance and James, and now Gabler. Woody Hell will be the first batter. And then we'll have a pinch hitter for Bubba Phillips. Looks like Bob Hale. Woody held up. Right-hander Johnny Gabler to the windup, and the pitch in there for a strike. Gabler's 13th appearance. He has a record of 2-3. And the next pitch is a curve low outside for a ball, 1-1. The 1-1 pitch to Woody Held. High, ball 2, 2-1. Held single to left, line to center, and was purposely passed. Gabler's 2-1 pitch. High, ball 3, 3-1. One strike. The 3-1 pitch. It's high for ball 4, and Held walks. Eight walks given up by the Yankee pitchers. And here's Bob Hale coming up to bat for Bubba Phillips. Keogh on deck will hit for the pitcher. John Gabler delivers to Hale. It's in there for a strike. Gabler checks the runner. The pitch to Hale. Swung on, foul tip, strike 2, 0-2. Jim Grant joins Win Hawkins in the bullpen. Nobody warming up for New York just yet. No balls, 2 strikes on Bob Hale. Gabler delivers, and Hale fouls it back out of play. Hale's had 6 for 27. Gabler to the stretch. And the pitch to the left-hand batter's high for a ball. 1-2. He almost swung at it. Johnny Gabler checks the runner, held, and the pitch to Hale. High 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Held on first base, nobody out. The 2-2 delivery to Hale, swung on and missed, strike 3. 1 down. And now here is Marty Keogh to bat for Johnny Briggs. Former Red Soxer, batting .246 on the season. Now Ryan Duran breaks out of the Yankee dugout, runs down to the bullpen. Keogh and Bozefield came to the Indians from Boston, with Nixon and Hardy going to the Red Sox. Now they're signaling to Hector Lopez to come in. He went out of position. Here's the delivery. Swung on, a ground ball hit through to right field for a base hit. Held, stops at second. So Keogh hits the first pitch as a pinch hitter, singles to right. And we're off and running again at Municipal Stadium. Runners on first and second, and top of the order. Johnny Temple with Jimmy Piersall on deck. I thought that game in Kansas City the other night was about the wildest of the year, and it may have turned out to be, but this one is running at a close second and may even surpass it. Gabler pitches to Temple. Fastball over for a strike. Temple's had 2 out of 3 tonight. Walked once. He's on a hot streak. Runners lead away from first and second. And the pitch. Swung on, bounced toward third. Throw over to second for 1. Back on to first, and he pulls him off the bag. No double play. Held, went to third. And now here's Jimmy Piersall. Temple forces Keogh at second. Boyer to Richardson. They failed, however, to double up Temple. Held, went on to third. Richardson's throw pulled Hadley off the bag. So the Indians still have a life, and the Yankees have got some action in the bullpen. Duran and Moss. Piersall has had 1 for 4. Gabler's pitch bunted, and the ball is grabbed in front of the plate. Howard throws down to first, and Piersall is out, and so are the Indians. Piersall, attempting a surprise 2-out bunt, is thrown out by Elston Howard. No runs for the Indians. 1 hit, no errors for the Yankees, and 2 Indians left on. And at the end of 7 innings of play, New York, 10 runs, 10 hits, 2 errors, 9 men left on. Cleveland, 6 runs, 9 hits, 3 errors, and 11 men left on base. Well, with a new pitcher coming in, why don't you ask the man for Ballantine beer? The light beer with true lager flavor. Enjoy a tall, frosty glassful right now. We pause for station identification.
1460 on the radio dial, Quality Modern Radio, WOKO, Albany, New York. New York State Police advise people and onlookers to stay away from the Rotterdam-Carmen area of West Schenectady due to the storm and property damage in the area. Repeating once more, the New York State Police have advised us to inform the onlookers and people in the area of the Rotterdam-Carmen area of West Schenectady to stay away from the area due to storm and property damage.
Nightcap tonight. The Thunderbird Restaurant. Hale batted for Phillips and stays in, goes to first base. Power switches over to third. comes in to pitch. This is the fifth Cleveland pitcher. Briggs came on in the seventh inning. To relieve Clipstein, who worked one inning. Win Hawkins has a record of 4-4. His 12th appearance of the season. He has been mostly a starter. Pitching now to Kent Hadley. Swings and misses. Strike one. Hadley's had 1 for 4. That was a home run. The pitch is a curve and it's inside. Hadley grounded to first, popped to third, hit a homer, into the right field seats and flied out to right. Here's the pitch swung on. It's a high pop-up into short left. Woody Hell drips out, gets under it, and makes the catch. Hadley pops out to the shortstop in short left. Now here's Elston Howard, who grounded to second, singled to center twice, and walked. The paid attendance tonight is 39,675, just short of 40,000. When Hawkins delivers to Howard, backs him away with an inside pitch, ball one. Hawkins, a right-hander. Mudcat Grant still warming up along with Gary Bell, who just has gotten up. The delivery to Howard swung on, hits the third on one hop. Power throws on to first in time. 2 away. Power plays third base like a first baseman. I mean by that, he's very versatile. He can play second or third, outfield first, but he plays it with a glove hand. One-hands, in other words. Here's Clete Boyer. Nothing for 3. Takes a strike. Took a third strike. Hit to the box into a double play. Grounded to third, was safe on an error. And sacrificed. 10-6 New York. It's the 8th inning. Hawkins delivers. Swung on and missed. Strike 2. Good fastball. The strike pitch, 2-strike pitch is outside. Ball one, 1-2. Big Stigman gets up to throw now in place of Bell. The 1-2 pitch, swung on, line to short, backhanded beautifully by Woody Hell, about a foot off the ground. That retires the side in order. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on. So for the first time since the second inning, the Yankees are out in order. And at the end of 7.5 innings, New York 10, Cleveland 6. You know, I bet most of you out there know at least one fellow who likes nothing but the best. That fellow may be you. You're only satisfied with the very best of anything you buy. You've got good reason, if you're that kind of a person, to switch to the crisp refresher Ballantine beer. You see, every day, more and more folks ask the man for Ballantine. Now, when a beer is that popular, it just figures that it's got to be the best. And that's the crisp refresher all the way. Ballantine's the light beer with true lager flavor. It proves a beer can be truly light and still give you all the honest to goodness lager beer flavor you want. So, if you enjoy the best, you'll enjoy the one beer that delivers both lightness and flavor. Ballantine beer, the crisp refresher. Ted Boesfield loosening up for Cleveland now. He's scheduled to pitch on Sunday. Sometimes with so much going on, there's some pitchers warming up to be ready to come into this game, and some are just taking their loosening up for a future start. Right now in the last of the eighth, it's Harvey Keene leading off, Francona and Power to follow. Johnny Gaber to the windup, and the pitch is high, ball one. Keene grounded to third into a double play, fly to right, single to left, and walked. He's driven in 2 runs. Gaber's pitch is in there for a strike, 1-1. The 1-1 offering. Inside for ball 2, 2-1.
That he had taken a bounce.
And it's starting to rain now. The rain's starting to come down very hard. The 2-1 pitch is low and inside for ball 3, 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike. The 3-1 pitch inside for ball 4, and Keene walks to open the 8th. 9 bases on balls given up. Here's Tito Francona, robbed of a grand slammer by Roger Maris, and now time's called, and the ground crew comes out to put the tarpaulin down at about 5 after 11 on the clock here. I think it's a couple minutes slow. This, of course, had to be an element added into this kind of a game. So time has been called at Cleveland in the last of the 8th inning. Sudden shower. And just as they start getting the tarpaulin down, the rain slackens. Still drizzling, but it's not as hard as it was. And it's just about stopped. So Bob Stewart comes out and says, take it off. That was a quick one. Just a sudden shower. It had started to rain earlier just a little bit. All of a sudden began to pour. Hard enough for him to call time, and just as they got the tarpaulin covering half of the infield, the rain stopped. It's always a difficult situation for the umpires. So they're rolling the tarpaulin back, and we'll be playing ball again in just a few seconds. Boss and Duran warming up for New York. We have Keene on first base, and Francona will be up the plate. Chance to look at some of the scores we haven't looked at in a long while. Kansas City leading Baltimore 4-0, 10 to 2.5 innings. Larson and Brown. Lumpy hit a grand slammer in the second inning. The White Sox lead the Red Sox 2-1, 10 to 7.5 innings. Shaw against Mon Bouquet. Detroit 4, Washington nothing at the end of 7 innings. Bunning for the Tigers. Kralik relieved Lee in the second for the Senators. In the National League, San Francisco leads Cincinnati 4-2 at the end of 7 innings. McCormick for the Giants. Hook for Cincinnati, Grimm in the 8th. Kirkland and Bell have homered. Bell's the one on. Pittsburgh beat the Cubs 4-1. Mizell beat Ellsworth. Now we're ready to continue here. Nobody out. Keene leads off first. The pitch to Francona. In there for a strike. Curveball. Philadelphia 4, St. Louis 3 end of 8 innings. Robert against Sadecki with Brolio and McDaniel in relief. Dodgers and Braves 3-3 at the end of 5 innings. Koufax relieved by Roebuck in the second. Willie relieved by Jay in the first. Howard homered for the Dodgers and Aaron for the Braves. Aaron's came with one on as his 17th. 10-6 New York. Last of the 8th. Nobody out. Keene on first. Tito Francona at bat. John Gaber's pitch in there. Strike 2. Curveball, nothing in 2. Francona walked, single to center, walked, and then in the 6th inning was robbed of a grand slam homer on a sensational catch by Roger Maris. Gaber to the stretch. Keene leads off first. The pitch to Francona. Knuckler foul tipped and dropped. Francona still alive. Howard fought to hang on to the ball. John Gaber again to the stretch. Keene leading away from first. The pitch to Francona. Knuckleball low for a ball. 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. Gaber to the stretch. Here's the pitch to Francona. Swung on a ground ball, hit to Hadley. He throws to Gaber covering as Keene goes to second. Francona grounds out. Hadley to Gaber who covers. Now Vic Power. Popped to short, flied to center, singled off the glove of Richardson and grounded to short. Vic Power at bat, Johnny Romano on deck. Gaber into the stretch. The pitch to Power, swung on, grounded toward third, is grabbed by Boyer one-handed, throws to first in time as Keene holds second. A good play by the third baseman. 2 down now. And up comes Johnny Romano. Struck out, walked twice, and grounded to short. Woody held on deck. Gaber into the stretch. Keene leads off second. And the pitch. It's over for a strike. Curveball. Nothing, won the count on Romano. Gaber delivers, and Romano takes outside for a ball. 1-1. The pitch to the right-hand batter. Knuckleball low outside. 2-1. Romano swung on. There's a fly ball into deep center. Mantle trails back and makes the catch. And the side's retired. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 left on. At the end of 8 innings, the Yankees 10 runs, 10 hits, 2 errors. Cleveland 6 runs, 9 hits, and 3 errors. In the 9th inning, Bobby Richardson will lead off for New York, hitting 8th in the order. Then Gabler and Kubek. Win Hawkins, who came on in the 8th inning. The 5th Cleveland pitcher. Jim Perry in 4 innings allowed 5 hits and 4 runs. And Bobby Locke, in an inning and 2/3, allowed 4 hits and 2 runs. And Clipstein, the third of an inning, gave up 1 hit. 4 runs were charged to him. Briggs and Hawkins have stopped the Yankees. The pitch to Bobby is in there for a strike. Richardson lined to left, single to right, grounded to short, and bunted in the safe on an error by the catcher, Romano. Hawkins' delivery, curveball over, strike 2, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Hawkins' pitch is into the dirt, bounces by the catcher. One ball, 2 strikes. Hawkins' pitch. Richardson swings and chops it high to third. One-handed by Power, throws to first in time. In the event you just tuned in, Power switched from first to third. The last inning, with Bob Hale having pinch hit for the third baseman, Bubba Phillips, and remained in the game and went to first base. Johnny Gaber comes up for his first time at bat. To 6 New York. It's the 9th inning. Hawkins delivers a fastball outside. Ball 1. 1 ball, no strike. And the 1-0 pitch. Swung on and fouled off to the left of the plate, out of play. One and one. The 1-1 pitch is ball 2 inside. 2-1. Nothing like an evening out in the damp air or a summer cold. How's yours, Stampy? 2 balls, 1 strike. And the pitch. Swung on and popped foul off third. Romano and Power after it, and Power will get it. Makes the catch. He made that catch with 2 hands. Two away in the 9th inning. Tony Kubek steps up, grounded to second, hit 2 homers in the 3rd and 4th innings. Sacrifice and single. He's driven in 5 runs. Hawkins pitches, fastball over for a strike. The 1-strike delivery. Curveball is bounced down to first to Bob Hale. He takes it, tosses to the pitcher covering in time, and the side's retired. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on. Win Hawkins came in and retired 6 Yankees in a row. In fact, with Briggs having come in the 7th, nobody out, 9 Yankees in a row have been retired. Although in 2 of the outs in the 7th, a run scored on a sacrifice drive by Mantle. So at the end of 8.5 innings, it's 10-6 New York. The Indians will have held Hale. And if it hadn't traded Carroll Hardy off, you'd have had Hale and Hardy coming up. But sorry. Why don't you have some Valentine? That ought to be good. You know, on the lighter side of sports, there was a golfer played in 100 degrees heat, hit a ball, traveled all of 75 yards before it exploded in midair and started a grass fire. Man, it was dry. And then there was a famous university that set a new high in the care of its athletes. It insured the thumb of each member of its Tiddlywinks team for $700. Got to hand it to them. Well, now let's turn from the lighter side of sports to the lighter side of beer. Ballantine. Ballantine is the light beer with true lager flavor. Lightness and lager beer flavor. Two good reasons why Ballantine refreshes you like nothing else can. Refresh with a crisp refresher. Woody held. Single to left, line to center. Walked twice. Leads off in the last of the ninth. Gabler's pitch swung on and fouled off the foot of Held. One strike. Deere and Moss working out. Gary Bell and Ted Boesfield loosening up for Cleveland. Gabler the windup, and the pitch is inside for a ball. 1-1. The 1-1 delivery to Held, swung on and fouled off toward the Yankee dugout. Strike two, 1-2. Last half of the ninth inning. A's lead Baltimore 5-0, end of 3, and Chicago beat Boston 2-1. Detroit leading Washington 4-0, end of 7. Here's the pitch, swung on and missed. Strike 3. Woody Held strikes out. One down in the ninth inning, and here is Bob Hale, who batted for Phillips in the 7th and remained in the game. Struck out in the 7th inning. The pitch is swung on and grabbed on one hop, tagged out by Gabler. And he did a thing that managers normally tell him not to do. He took the ball on one hop and waited for the runner to come by and tagged him. And not only that, but Hale let him tag him. Usually he tried to knock the ball away from him. Now we're going to have a pinch hitter for Hawkins, Chuck Tanner. Chuck Tanner hits for Win Hawkins. Hale is out. Gabler unassisted. Tanner, a left-hand batter. The pitch swung on. A bouncer hit out to second. Dixon, high hop, but grabbed by Richardson. Throws to Hadley, and the ball game is over. You could have seen that one. Bobby leaped in the air, almost pirouetted as that ball took a high hop and was almost a base hit. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on. And the Yankees win it by a score of 10-6. The Yankees 10 runs, 10 hits, 2 errors. The Indians 6 runs, 9 hits, and 3 errors. We'll recap it for you very quickly. After you enjoy the crisp refresher Ballantine beer, we're going to in a little bit. The light beer with true lager flavor. That's Ballantine. The Yankees got away to a 5-run lead with 1 run in the 3rd inning on Kubek's homer. And in the 4th inning, on a single by Richardson, Coates' double, which got Richardson home, and Kubek's 2-run homer. And then in the, that was all off Jim Perry. Perry went out, and Locke came in the 5th inning, and Hadley homered off of him. But Coates was gotten to in the 5th inning for 5 runs by the Indians on a single that started it by Phillips. He was forced at second by Locke. Then came a safe bunt by Temple, a single by Piersall for a run. Keene singled in 2, will walk to Francona. An infield hit for Power, and got a run home. And there was 5-5. And then the Yankees went ahead 6-5 in the 6th inning on a walk to Bobby Shantz, who had replaced Coates. A sacrifice by Kubek and a single by Hector Lopez. That made it 6-5, and then the Indians got a 6th run on the last of the 6th. When Temple walked, was sacrificed by Piersall. It was safe on an error by Boyer. And then James came in to relieve Shantz. Keene walked. Francona then, with the bases loaded, almost changed the game around when he hit the ball actually over the right center field screen, but Roger Maris made one of the great catches of the year to rob him of a grand slam homer, and Temple scored after the catch, and that was all the Indians scored in that inning or for the night. Johnny Klipstein, who had relieved in the 6th inning with 2 outs and got Hadley out, walked Howard in the 7th. Boyer and Richardson both sacrificed, and each went safe, one on a fielder's choice play, which the throw arrived too late at second base from the pitcher, and an error by the catcher on Richardson's bunt. Then Berra hit for Johnny James, who had relieved Chance, and walked to force a run in. Kubek singled 2 more in, and the sacrifice fly by Mantle got the 4th run in. So that's the way the runs were scored. Perry, Locke, Klipstein, Briggs, and Hawkins working for the Indians. Coach, Chance, James, and Gabler for New York, with Gabler working the last 3 innings in handsome style. But James was the pitcher of record. When the runs were scored, he gets the win. He has a record of 4-0. And the losers, Klipstein, a record of 1-3.
Well, that winds up another Valentine baseball broadcast. And now this is Bob Delaney saying that's all for now from the Atlantic Refining Company and your friendly Atlantic dealer, who offer you Atlantic Imperial gasoline to keep your car on the go. And P. Valentine and Sons, brewers of the crisp refresher, Valentine Beer, the largest selling beer in the East.